evening, everyone watching. Yes, this is the inaugural episode of Gone with the Wind. Cue the music. A copyright issue, so we're not gonna have it. Just kidding, guys. But hi, welcome to the first episode of Gone with the Wind, the award show all about, or the show all about the award show. There we go, off to a great start. With me today for the Take 3 panel, we have Malcolm. Say hi.
Hi. It's good to be here.
And over here, also yonder, we have Abe. Say hi to the good folks.
I have to say hi? Like, I can...
No, you don't.
Or something? Okay. Then I don't...
No, you don't have to say hi. Okay, that's rude. But we'll continue on anyway. Today's what I want this to be is very casual. So if you guys want to inject something, please just inject. If you have something to say, just go out and say it. That's why I want to keep these panels a bit smaller in the future as well, just because, you know, maybe 4 maximum. That's including me as well too, the host, your lovely host. Oh, I forgot to say, I'm your host, Manning. Also a member of Take 3. That's probably a big thing I should probably announce. But this is something I wanted to do for a while because I'm a huge fan of the Oscars. I'm a huge fan of the awards season in general, just because of, you know, we love movies. And I know all 3 of these guys on here love films, because why on earth would we be a part of a group, Take 3 Productions, that just loves and champions film? So there you go. But I thank you guys for joining us for our first inaugural episode. This will be a little bumpy along the way as we still try to find ourselves, but we have a cool and really fun show prepared for you all. And of course, starting off any good show, you have to have a little tease. And what good, better teases are there in the world than trailers? Not so great segue, but we'll work on that. So the thing I want to start off with are 3 trailers that are released either this week or the week previous, which will be what we call trailer breakdown. This first inaugural thing called trailer breakdown will kind of just provide, you know, our thoughts on certain trailers. So I'm going to let one of our guests give us their first thoughts, and someone who told me he had a full page of notes. Did you have a full page of notes, Abe?
No, I had 3/4. But
oh, okay.
The movie well, I don't know if I'm supposed to introduce it, but I'm going to do it. We're talking about The Favorite, directed by Yorgos Lanthimos, I believe it's called. It's a movie coming out with a, well, very impressive cast, a work-friendly cast in the most part, with Olivia Lomas, Rachel Weisz, and Emma Stone. And the trailer, well, I thought it was going to be a dramatic costume drama, but it seems more like a dark comedy. Because Lanthimos has directed The Lobster and Killing of the Secret Deer, which I hadn't watched, but I know both of them are very fucking dark.
Yeah. You know what? Go for it. It's this will not be PG. Yeah, let's try to keep it PG-13, maybe R. Let's not go Departed.
Oh, I think
so you have a Departed level of you can't go.
The trailer looked like fine. I didn't see something like attract me that much. I'm not that fan of those costume dramas at all. Well, drama, comedy, dark comedy, whatever it was. I saw something in the trailer I didn't like, and it's a fisheye shot. You know?
Oh, yes.
I hate that film. I don't think it works at all in anything you do. That was a little star in my notes, and I'm interested in seeing if it's capable. It's getting good buzz. I know that at least the performances. I don't know the film at all, because Rachel Weisz has won an Oscar before. She's only been nominated once, if I'm not mistaken, for The Constant Gardening. But
correct.
Yeah, and Emma Stone. I think this is why this film is in the awards eye, because Emma Stone, because she's so hot from La La Land, and this is her first film since La La Land, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yep, this is yep, that's her first film since La La Land.
Yeah, so that's
we could be terribly wrong, but yeah, okay. I do not like The Lobster, nor do I like Killing of a Sacred Deer. And Yorgos Lanthimos is very, how do I put this? He's very indie. That's I feel like a dash toward indie films, but no, I love indie films. He has a very particular style that seems he like the use of the fisheye. Which is really it's very distinct. Malcolm, what do you think about this trailer in particular, and Lanthimos' vision?
Yeah, I mean, I'm always a big fan of period dramas or period piece movies in general.
Same.
And this one, like, if Manning hadn't pointed out this trailer, I probably would never have watched it, and would have just sprung out of nowhere. So I mean, there's a lot of these trailers like I don't come across because we probably won't get this in New Zealand until next year anyway, well after the Oscars. So it's always a case when it comes to movies that get nominated for Oscars. Like, we don't get them in New Zealand until after the Oscars. But I mean, this is one that I'm definitely going to check out. This one could probably be my favorite of the year, most likely. No pun intended.
I see what you did there. I see what you did there. Okay, now a quick question regarding that. What are your guys' thoughts? Have you guys seen The Lobster or Killing of a Sacred Deer?
I have never seen. Like, they don't appeal to me. Like, the style, it seems, they don't appeal to me. Like how he shoots movies or the color correction. It's something I don't like seeing at all.
Yeah, Malcolm, have you seen either?
I haven't seen Killing of Sacred Deer. I know it's on Netflix. I've seen The Lobster though, but yeah, The Lobster is interesting, but yeah.
Yes, agreed. That's a good way to put it. It is interesting. This is not.
He was nominated for
screenplay. Yeah.
Yeah, he was nominated.
I mean, it's such. I don't. You know what? This is not the Lobster podcast. We are not going to talk about this movie for too long.
We're gonna watch it and do a review exclusive.
Yeah. Oh. I remember one time I was watching it and it's just like, I was like doing a stream, not a stream. I was watching it and I was just kind of talking an AMA while I was watching it. Man, that was a fun time. But anyway, this movie is definitely getting some big buzz out of is it Telluride or TIFF?
No,
what?
I think it's Venice.
Venice? Was it Venice? Okay. But recently, thank you, Abe. This is why he's here. Recently came out of Venice has gotten a lot of buzz, which is shocking considering how controversial his other two films have been. But this could be his first time he's actually shoots up in the ranks outside of that nom for Lobster. But yeah, the performances, especially Coleman's performance, I hear a lot of good things about Coleman's performance, which is something I'm really excited about. But anyway, let's move on to the next trailer. Malcolm, could you introduce the trailer for At Eternity's Gate for us?
Yeah, so this is a trailer that I found really interesting because it tackles it's a biographical piece about Vincent van Gogh and what led to him cutting off the ear. As far as I know, they have not done a movie based on this before, so this is definitely interesting, and it's definitely going to be because you've got William Dafoe playing Vincent, I think. I know he's in the movie anyway, but yeah, this looks really good. I mean, once again, it's another one of those parody ones that I love and probably wouldn't have known because quite often, like, I'm not one that often seeks out trailers unless someone puts a trailer in front of me going, have a look at this, you might like it. So this one could be a good movie, and it definitely looks like it's got a lot of great performances.
Yeah, no, absolutely. William Dafoe, after he lost last year. Wait, was it last year? No, 2 years ago. Excuse me. No, was it last year? I don't remember the days for Florida Project. Florida Project was last year, wasn't it?
Last year, yeah.
Okay, I don't know why I had the biggest blank on. But after that, this could be his moment to get an Oscar because, holy cow! Just as I think Kirk Douglas had the movie Lust for Life, which was about Vincent van Gogh's life, but in the 80s that it came out. And he did not win the Oscar. I don't remember he was nominated. But this could be a turnaround because
he wasn't nominated for the Oscar.
He was not nominated for the Oscar. Okay. I could not remember. But
what film are you guys talking about?
Oh, at Eternity's Gate right now. Malcolm just introduced it.
Okay.
For those of you wondering, Abe just left, but I'll edit this part out so no one will know. Now, for instance, at Eternity's Gate, this trailer is utterly gorgeous. Now, this is something different. This does not use fisheye, thankfully. But at Eternity's Gate,
it looks that it uses that show like face, like carrying a GoPro.
You know what? Yeah, it's like it uses the the GoPro style of Guy Ritchie, but in a way that's not it's not abrasive. It seems to work because Vincent Van Gogh was not the man who was all there. So it looks like it. Yeah, the guy cut off his ear. Let's know that because of stuff. But it makes me excited because it is interesting. So Abe, are you excited?
I'm kind of excited, to be honest. I'm more excited for William Dafoe, who everybody thought he was winning the Oscar for Best Supporting Actor last year for Florida Project, but didn't happen. So grabbed him at the end. But it was a great performance too, to be honest. But like, it's not it's fine. But last year there was another Vincent Van Gogh movie, like Loving Vincent.
Loving Vincent, yeah.
Which I thought was great movie, animated. It's hard for those small animated films to get some recognition against monsters like Pixar or Illumination or DreamWorks.
Mm-hmm.
But I think this looks fine. The director, Julian Schnabel, was nominated before for a French film, so this guy knows how to do, because it's weird that foreign films get nominated for big categories. So yeah, I'm pretty excited.
Hold on. First off, how do you pronounce his name again? I just want to applaud Abe for after me messing up before the show multiple times. Abe, what is the name?
I'm
Director.
not sure if I pronounced it correct, but it's Julian Schnabel.
You had such confidence. I believed you. I believe that was the way it was. So we will just call him Julian for at this. The podcast will refer to the director of At Eternity's Gate as Julian until we have an official pronunciation of his last name. Take that to the
French,
bank.
right? It's Schnabel.
I'm just going to offend anyone who's French if I try. But anyway, moving on to the next one, our third trailer that came out. And that's one we got a teaser a while ago. This film premiered at Sundance in January 20th of this year, and now it's finally coming back here. It's going to be released in October 19th, and it is directed by Paul Dano. That's right, the Paul Dano from There Will Be Blood fame. Is that how he's famous, I guess?
Didn't he do Swiss Army Man as well?
Little Miss Sunshine.
Yes, he did. Little Miss Sunshine, that's true. I think of There Will Be Blood. But anyway, this movie is called Wildlife, and it stars Jake Gyllenhaal and Carey Mulligan. Now, for those who saw the trailer, it's basically what it looks like a parent. It's like the marriage of these two individuals falling apart in front of this kid's eyes, and it's looks very haunting. And you can tell. I'm surprised at how good of an eye I shouldn't be surprised. Most actors who turn directors usually have a good eye for the cinema because they've been running with it so long. So I'm not surprised in that regard. I'm just surprised because I didn't think Paul Dano would be that one. And this Wildlife looks really good. Now, this is easily one of my most favorite out of nowhere because I forgot this movie existed. But now that we have the full trailer out here, I'm excited. So, Malcolm, are you excited for Wildlife?
The trailer, it was great. I mean, I don't normally go for dramas. I mean, I do like Titanic, but I mean, dramas is not one I'd always gravitate to. Like, it's a movie that is relevant in this day and age because, like, with so many marriages falling apart in front of kids' eyes these days, it is actually strangely up there. But I mean, it's one that I will probably try and catch, but I mean, it's not going to be high on my list anyway.
Yeah, I'm just usually really interested about when actors turn directors, and I know, like, oh, that's by that person. I definitely want to be able to check it out, which is also really cool because he co-wrote it with Zoe Kazan, his girlfriend or significant other, and that to me is really, really interesting because the last time we had a significant other team do something really cool, we got the Big Sick. So maybe this could be really beneficial for the movie. What do you think, Abe?
I think that's been shown. Like when you have two creative minds living in the same home, they take the better of each other. You said with Sofia Coppola and Wes Anderson, right? If I'm not mistaken. And then,
They were, yes, they were.
yeah, and during that time, what happened? Lost in translation, right?
Well, that is true. Well, yeah, we got Her and Lost in Translation, where people say like it's the two sides of the relationship, which maybe.
Well, that's Spike Jones.
Spike. Yeah, wait, what? Yeah, Spike Jones and Lost in Translation were Spike Jones and Sofia Coppola were together.
They were okay. Yeah,
I was about to say, wait a minute. Now that you said Wes Anderson, I for some reason my mind heard you say Spike Jones. Like, yeah, Spike Jones. Oh wait, no, wrong one.
Wait,
So
let's double
that's
check.
okay. I'm pretty sure it was Spike Jones, but if not, this is gonna be cut off.
Yeah, it probably was Spike Jones. Yeah, it was Spike Jones.
Win for Manning. Huzzah.
Yeah, so they take there's several artists that do that, when they're together. But Wildlife seems interesting because it's full of it has a director that's not loved by the award circuit. He always gets good reviews, but I don't know, he's never loved. He's never been nominated for anything. For anything. Well, he's been nominated for small awards, but like a big caliber performance. We've never seen. We see Love and Mercy. I think he was great in.
Got a Golden Globe for that, or nomination at least.
Yeah, there will be. And Karen Mulligan, she's been nominated before once, 8 years ago. No, 9 years ago. And Jake Gyllenhaal, you talk about someone that deserves an Oscar like right now, like in the first 3 years.
Yeah.
I will give him a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Right now? He's not even his...
Yeah,
but he has so much.
Yeah, Stronger, Prisoners. It's like Al Pacino. Like, he had Serpico, Dog Day Afternoon, the both good fathers of the day. Oh, he's not Al Pacino, but the film seems interesting. It's like a small drama, which I don't think it will help because, as I told you before recording, like most of the films right now are being pushed by big studios, and that means money. And I don't see how a small distributor as IFC film, which I have never heard before, can compete against millionaires.
I'm trying to remember what IFC has done. I know they've done like a couple of things before, but nothing that's really big. Let me quickly look. Recently in the past, they've done the one that everyone might know is The Death of Stalin. So, which recently came out last year. That's the one they recently done.
They never had an award.
No. Looking back, there's nothing really awards wise that really catches like any eye whatsoever. I mean, Personal Shopper, but that got good reviews, but nothing.
Yeah, but it wasn't.
Oh, Boyhood. There you go.
Really?
Boyhood. They did Boyhood 2014, and they did The Babadook. So they have something. It's just
they haven't achieved anything. Boyhood won everything, but it wasn't able to perform on the big stage.
Yeah. Oh, wait, guys, wait. They did The Human Centipede. That's it. Stop the Oscar race here, guys. This is your winner. No. Wildlife, while I don't think it's going to be a huge Oscar play unless it gets glowing reviews out of any other festivals that it's going to be on, which is it going to go out to any of the more festivals? Because I know it's period of Sundance, but I don't remember if I don't. Here. It'll be the New York Film Festival, September 30th, 2018. So we can look to hear more about that later. But anywho, that is our trailer discussion about the recent trailers that came out this week or last. Now, everyone, our dear listeners, we will be moving on to our next segment, and that is the Oscar temperature. Now, you're asking what is the Oscar temperature? The Oscar temperature just kind of catches, as you would think, the temperature of the latest news and the latest festival news this past week or so. But the biggest one that we need to talk about is one that has caught the internet and the world, movie lovers by storm, and that is the Oscar category for Best Popular Feature or Achievement in Best Popular Film. I don't know what exactly they're going to call it. The New York Times, just before we move on, the New York Times released last week that they will be postponing this Best Popular Feature until next year, which I kind of already thought they were going to do, but this kind of confirms it. But hearing people like Laura Dern and Steven Spielberg speak out about it makes my heart a little better, sing a little more. Abe, I know you have a lot of words you must say about this.
Oh, I've heard a lot of stupid things through my life. And there's something that's stupid since 2016 when certain person was elected president. I won't say who, but you know who it is. I just have many questions with this, and I don't see the reasoning behind it. It's just like, oh, we don't want to award films that are popular because they are not artistic, and like there's like how you judge a popular film. That's the main question. And
they have. I don't think they. That's why they said they're waiting to figure out exactly how.
Yeah.
What is the criteria for popular? Which, yeah, what does the criteria for popular? No one knows at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also
I don't even think that they know when they announced it, because they said it's like we'll explain more details of what this was going to mean later on.
Yeah. So I never thought they would do it this year, which is really baffling. I always assumed it was the next year. So
yeah, well, they just push it. Or I don't
yeah,
know.
I don't.
Also,
At this, so go ahead.
oh, there's people that compare it with the animated film. Like, oh, we don't want animated films in the top categories. But I will say that's different because animated is such a it's still filmmaking, but there's such different craft for animation than it's for a live action film that it makes sense. Like there's an award for just animated films.
No, that makes sense. And what I saw it as is the Academy attempting to be relevant, which I understand they have to be because their viewership declined. But I forgot who mentioned it, but I was listening to a podcast, I think it was Award Circuit, but they were saying how they managed to cut, like people just cut their cords. People just don't watch much TV. So it's not like they're just doing poorly, which they might be, but people just aren't watching as much TV as they used to. Everything's almost now for streaming. Have you heard of basic cable cutting? That's kind of what the phenomenon that's occurring. But also, which I apparently got a nice inside scoop from listening to that same podcast, which is the Circuit Breaker from awardcircuit.com. Great place to find all your news about the Oscars and such. But apparently the publicists for the Academy weren't even consulted about this. They weren't even consulted about like how to announce it or anything whatsoever. And I was just like, no wonder it was like they had they didn't even try to pad this. It seems like a very like jump the gun, which I don't know. It's kind of ridiculous. You better say something, Malcolm.
Yeah, I mean when this was first announced, like my initial thoughts was like, what? I mean, I didn't really know sort of how it was going to go, and then I remembered that I do know that the BAFTA Awards, they've got a category which is just like voted on by the public.
Yeah.
But and then
it's like a rising star though. It's like
yeah. I think they've got the Rising Star, but I think they've also got a film version of it as well, called the Orange Award or something. I don't know. I honestly I don't know. But I mean, I assumed it might have been something like that, but sounds like it wasn't going to be. And I mean, the thing is, if they're going to go on box office at this point, it would have made Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom an Oscar-nominated movie next year.
Of course.
Yeah, but okay, you go by box office. Do you go just domestic or do you go worldwide? Because sometimes Chinese films are in the top 5 or top 10.
Yeah.
See, but are we talking about just like how much money something's made, or how much like cultural relevance it has, or like does it have to be like the good reviews? Then you're getting in. It's just like so messy.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, We're going to move right along to the next segment after we've gotten the biggest news currently in the Oscar world, which was, of course, the Academy being
Stupid.
relevant. You can't see me because this is audio only for right now, but I'm doing air quotes for the word relevant because that's how we feel about it right now. So the next segment we were going to go to now is one that I like to call Movie Portrait. And there's one in particular that I wanted to highlight, and it's something that's kind of caught my eye since I heard about the announcement and the director specifically, and kind of like the overall story because it's a timeless one, and that is A Star Is Born. Bradley Cooper's directorial debut, A Star Is Born. And I remember watching the trailer, like, when did it come out? A while ago.
Like
3 months ago. There, thank you, Abe. And Abe was just watching it beforehand because somehow he hadn't seen it. I don't know how you haven't seen it before. And he said, I'm gonna start crying. And I was like, no, same. I'm definitely going to start crying during this movie because apparently word got out of I believe it was it was TIFF,
Toronto.
right? It recently it was Toronto. It was TIFF, okay. But it recently got out of Toronto, the TIFF, the Toronto International Film Festival, and it got glowing reviews from most people. Some people were calling it Cooper was a natural, wasn't perfect. Some people were saying a little too long, but overall, it was a very great reception. And what we're going to do, Movie Portrait, here is just kind of like dive into the categories it could be nominated for and what we think the possibility of its Oscar and awards chances are this coming year. But first off, a little fun fact: Beyonce was originally going to be the main character of Lady Gaga we have in there. Fun fact, which is really strange. Anyway, because I can't imagine anyone else right now, especially after seeing this one little clip, which I'll link to in the description as well, because it's a fantastic clip of just Bradley Cooper being almost unrecognizable and Lady Gaga really showing her acting chops. But did she won a Golden Globe for something, right?
Yeah.
She American Horror Story, whatever season it was.
Yeah, I don't watch that, so I was no idea, but I wanted to make sure. Okay, but in particular, A Star Is Born. So we're going to go ahead and start. Malcolm, so this movie portrait we're taking for the inaugural one. First off, what are your thoughts on the film in general, and what do you see damage this movie doing this coming year?
I didn't really know much about this movie. Like, I think I remember just glancing over the original at one stage, but yeah, Bradley Cooper, this is his first time directing, and this is the first sort of major role that Lady Gaga has been in as well, that main was. And I think this movie, it could do quite well because there's a lot of people saying that Bradley Cooper could be up for Best Director next year.
Yeah.
There's also some people saying that Lady Gaga, or if they use the real name, Stephanie Germanotta, could be up
Bonus
for Best
points.
Actress.
Bonus points for saying her name.
I think they're using her name, like in the.
Are they using it? Because I'm looking at the poster. It just says Lady Gaga.
What says Lady
Yeah,
Gaga?
I think in some trailers they've used her actual name. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I
They
mean,
should.
They could do like maybe both, and in brackets put Lady Gaga so people actually know who she is. So
Yes.
because
wait.
you see the name Stephanie Germanotta is like, who the hell's like Lady Gaga? Oh yeah, that's who that is.
It's like nudge
But
nudge
I-
Lady
I-
Gaga.
They're using
Honestly, I can't remember who else is actually in this movie.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. But considering how much, this film has gotten. I'm currently looking right now. It is a 95 on Rotten Tomatoes with an 8 out of 10 average score. The critics' consensus is with appealing leads, deft direction, and an affecting love story. A Star Is Born is a remake done right, and a reminder that some stories can be just as effective in the retelling. So most critics, their consensus, because we're doing the Rotten Tomatoes right. Most people can like it. 95 is not, it's 95 out of 100. It's 95% of people liked watching it and has 53 fresh, 3 rotten. So an average score of 8. So this is well liked. I feel like this could be am I out of line for saying this could be the La La Land of this year in the sense of it's just a crowd pleasing, good film that possibly could win the award or be up for contention. Am I crazy?
And yes, because I think this film is way more raw and cruel, if you can use those words to describe it.
I feel like you're shading La La Land right there. Ouch.
No, I like La La Land. It's one of my favorite films of 2016. But I'm just saying this film feels like, based on the trailer, it feels more, more realistic, more.
Yeah, the story of A Star Is Born is a lot more. Have you guys seen any of the original ones?
I've never seen.
Oh, okay. If you have to see one, I haven't seen all three. I've only seen two. See the one with Judy Garland and Rex Harrison. No, sorry, not Rex Harrison. James Mason. That's the one you need to see because it's probably it's the superior one in my eyes. But this is one I'm really fascinated because this seems, if they've done it 4 times, this is a story to tell at least. Also, man, what a trailer! Abe, any thoughts about? Oh, go ahead, Malcolm.
Schmodown legend Bonnie Somerville's in this movie as well.
Wait, are you serious?
Yeah, she's in it. She plays Sally Cummings.
Wow.
Well,
First off, I don't know who Sally Cummings is, but that's still really cool. Well. Anyway, Abe, what are your thoughts on the movie?
I think this film and Roma, are the hardest films right now. Like, are people saying, "Oh, this can be the front runners"? I think this movie can get, like, I don't know, 6, 8 maybe nominations. I'm not sure if the music is original, but it is. I think it
is original.
Oh yeah, then it's gonna be a shooting if it's that good to best original song. I think Sam Elliott's getting some heat from Toronto for supporting actor, same as Bradley Cooper. The only problem with this film is that it may happen what happened to Warner Bros. In 2012 with Argo, that you get nominated for everything except director because for some reason the director branch of the Academy doesn't like actors becoming directors. Some weird stuff can happen.
Yeah, and remember how I was saying about Wildlife, Paul Dano? I really like seeing actors turn into directors because they have an eye. This is the actor. Sorry, Paul Dano. This is probably the actor that might get the director because I really see this possibly doing damage in the director and the picture. But no, you're right. We could have something crazy happen. But I'm looking at the possibility of awards at this moment that it could get. It could get Best Picture. It could get Best Director. It could get Best Adapted Screenplay. It could get Best Supporting Actor. Nomination, not like wins. It could get Best Actress. It could get Best Actor, Best Original Song. Let's be honest, it's probably going to win if the movie is, like, embraced by. But yeah, that's just the above the line. Below the line, it could do some fantastic numbers.
Maybe editing. Maybe I had cinematography. It looks fantastic.
It looks gorgeous.
When was the last time the same person was nominated in both Best Actor and Director?
For the same movie?
Yeah, for the same movie.
Clint Eastwood was
nominated for $1 Million Baby.
He was nominated for Best. Wait, wasn't he nominated for Best Actor?
He was supporting, I think, but Hilary Swank was the best.
No, it was Best Actor. Morgan Freeman was nominated for supporting for that.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was Kenneth Branagh then.
No,
because I know for Henry.
No, but
Henry V.
That was 1995.
Oh, okay. But, like, wait.
Yeah,
but didn't he win both, or did he not win both?
He didn't win.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Well, I don't think it's been done before where they've won both director and actor, unless I'm wrong. I don't think so. Wrong. Yeah, but I do not think that someone has won both director and actor because you had the Academy, or let's be honest, if you win both of that, you're gonna have to have some heat with the DGA, the PGA. You're gonna have to have a lot of love. They're gonna have to love you, love your movie. No, Star is Born is something that I could see happen all around. It could be. I'm trying to find an apt description because I feel like now La La Land, while it could be different in tone, I feel like this could be it could do some great. It could be a good crowd pleaser. Make some money, and that's a big thing.
It's freaking good. I think it's like a 34 million, which for a film that small.
Is it?
Yeah, 34.
No, I'm ready to cry. I'm just gonna probably bring tissues because I know it's gonna happen.
Yeah.
No, no, you don't expect to cry.
No.
Do you not cry, Malcolm? Are you gonna cry in this?
I wouldn't be. I probably wouldn't be surprised. I like if I do cry. I mean, it's one of those ones that so sometimes something can happen that you don't expect, and it can just get you out there. Because I mean, I did cry in Titanic, and I didn't expect to cry in that.
Really?
I mean, hey, I cried in Titanic. Let's. It's very sad. You know that one scene where the people keep playing as the ship crashes. That's very sad.
How old were you, Malcolm? We're getting on a tangent. But how
We
old
did not see it in theaters, I'm sure. Wait, did you see?
I did. Because
You saw it in theaters.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would have been 12. Yeah, 12 when it came out. Because I was born in '85.
Yeah,
So
Malcolm is way older than I thought.
Wait, 85?
yeah,
Oh, first off, first off, I did not realize you were that old. You look good for your age, my good man. Very youthful. But wow,
I think we should move on because we're getting on a
no, you're right. This podcast turned into holy cow, Malcolm's this young. I mean this old. But anyway, moving on to the next category that we have here for our show here at Gone with the Wind. And that is something I like to call the Would You Rather movie edition. And because for time's sake, I'm only going to do a couple of these. But what I'm going to do each week, we're going to have a different game. I'm going to play with our competitors here, not competitors, with our panelists here. And today I'm going to start off with one that I think will get a little heated, but not really too much, because this is more of just a light opinion. What I'm going to have this movie edition of Would You Rather, I'm going to present two different opinions, and I'm going to have the people choose which they think is the better opinion. For instance, I'm going to say, for the very first one, I'm going to start with Abe. Abe, who would you rather give... who would you rather give the Oscar to in the two leading men in the movie Amadeus?
I think it's fine that F. Murray Abraham won it. I think he did.
Would you not give it to Tom Hulse?
No, I will. It's John, isn't it? John Hulse?
John Hulse? No, it's Tom Hulse.
Oh, yeah. I'll give it to F. Murray Abraham.
Okay. Malcolm, would you rather give the Oscar to F. Murray Abraham or Tom Hulse for that year of Amadeus?
I'm probably going to go Tom Hulse. Because I thought F. Murray Abraham was fine, but I think Tom Hulse was slightly better.
See, and I'm actually going to go with Tom Hulse as well. I do love both, and I'm glad F. Murray Abraham won, but Tom Hulse brought this insanity as well as this compassion to the role.
Look, I just want to say I may be biased because we share a name.
Okay, that's fair. That is fair. You're right. Biases are here. We want to be transparent. The biases exist. All right, we're gonna move on to the next one. Would you rather? Okay, would you rather have given the Oscar to Brokeback Mountain or Crash? Easy one.
Really?
Starting off light.
You know, I don't like any of those movies, to be honest. But
wow.
But Brokeback Mountain is a way superior film than Crash.
Malcolm?
Yeah, Crash should not have won. Brokeback Mountain easily.
Okay. I would also go with Brokeback Mountain, but I wanted to do an easy one for us to know. And then finally, one that will give us a nice preview of what's to come. Would you rather have given the lone? Would you rather given the lone animation? If you can only give it to one, would you rather given the Oscar to the Oscar-nominated film of Up or Toy Story 3?
For Best Picture or for Best?
For Best Picture, because both were nominated in their respective categories of Best Picture. If you could only give it to one of those, but you're taking it away of that movie that won that year. Toy Story 3 was King's Speech,
and Up was Slumdog, right?
Yes.
I give it to Toy Story 3.
All right, Malcolm.
Yeah, I'm probably going to say Toy Story 3 as well, because I don't think Rikus is being racist for taking away from Slumdog.
Oh no. Well, whoops. I guess that makes me a racist because I would give it to Up.
The
Because
thing with Up is that Up is great 30 minutes and the other becomes a
oh
1 hour show.
hush, I'm gonna mute you. I'm gonna mute you right now, sir. This is blasphemy. I mean, I'm not going to, but because I like your opinion. But still, all right. No, that is a quick game of Would You Rather movie edition. We're gonna have different ones, like choose a movie that you would like more as the future goes on. But that's just a quick game because I know Abe has to go somewhere. Where? I have no idea, but he has to go somewhere. And
From gymnastics.
Oh, okay. There you go. Now we know. But finally, the final segment we have, guys, is one that we've been formulating for the past 2 weeks. Actually, a couple months. Let's be honest. And now we finally have fruition in some form this year. I'm sorry, this month, not this year. This month in particular. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is the Take 3 top 64 films. Now, what this is in particular is every Take 3 member that we have has given me their list of favorites. For instance, Abe, what's your number one?
Pulp Fiction.
All right. And then Malcolm, what was your number one?
My number one movie of all time is The Wizard of Oz.
Nice. And my number one movie of all time, it's probably Star Wars: A New Hope. Genuinely, just something I love. So, with that being said, we created a list of the top 64 to pit against ourselves. Each member of Take 3 gave me 30 to choose from. Their top 30. And then after that, I formulated very meticulously, may have failed a couple times, but very meticulously I put together the top 64 films, and we were going to battle them all head to head. And these are your top 64 films. By next week, the first round will be done, and I'll put the link of the actual performance in the link in the description down below of the actual list. But we have number 1, The Empire Strikes Back. Number 2, The Godfather. 3, Lord of the Rings: Return of the King. 4, Lord of the Rings: Fellowship of the Ring. 5, Shawshank Redemption. You okay? You okay, Abe? 6, Lion King. 6, Lion King. Oh, okay. 6, Lion King. 7, Singing in the Rain. 8, Lord of the Rings: Return. Lord of the Rings: The Two Towers. 9, Pulp Fiction. 10, Raiders of the Lost Ark. 11, A Few Good Men. 12, Toy Story 3. 13, Star Wars: A New Hope. 14, The Wizard of Oz. 15, It's a Wonderful Life. 16, King Kong 1933. I wonder who put that. Number 17, On the Waterfront. Number 18, Mr. Smith Goes to Washington. Number 19, Casablanca. Number 20, Back to the Future. Excuse me. Number 24. Wait, I'm lost. Number 20, Back to the Future. Number 21, Inception. Number 22, Beauty and the Beast. Number 23, Jurassic Park. Number 24, Princess Bride. 25, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. 26, Batman Begins. Number 27, The Avengers. 28, The Big Lebowski. 29, 12 Angry Men. 30, Little Shop of Horrors. 31, The Departed. 32, Jaws. 33, Gone with the Wind. 34, Silence of the Lambs. 35, Saving Private Ryan. 36, Schindler's List. 37, The Iron Giant. 38, Goodfellas. 39, To Kill a Mockingbird. 40, Forrest Gump. 51, Airplane. 42, The Sound of Music. 43, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. It's the one with Gene Wilder, for those of you who don't know. 44, Bridge to the River Kwai. 45, Superman the Movie. 46, The Truman Show. 47, Aladdin. 48, All the President's Men. 49, Fight Club. 50, Major League. 51, American Beauty. 52, Grease. 53, Vertigo. 54, Rocky. 55, Toy Story 2. 56, The Wolf of Wall Street. 57, Inglourious Basterds. 58, Ready Player One. 59, Monty Python and the Holy Grail. 60, Goldfinger. 61, Blade Runner. 62, Whiplash. 63, The Matrix. And 64, Boogie Nights. I'm not going to repeat that again. Link will be in the description about all these, but we will fight these to the very bitter end. Rivals will be made. Feelings will be hurt. Malcolm, which one are you hoping makes it to the end? That's not your favorite.
I mean,
Which one do you think?
Yeah, I think King Kong 33 has a good chance of actually making it to the end.
Okay.
Yeah, because there's two guys that
Yes.
have questionable taste.
Ouch. Ouch. See, you're already starting to see blood being drawn tonight. And then Abe, what do you think will make it?
I think The Godfather has a good chance. But the problem is that we have like 10 people in Take 3, and about
Mhm.
8 love Star Wars. Well, like about everybody loves Star Wars except me. So I think
True.
Empire is gonna go to the end. Sadly.
Possibly. Fun fact, it did have, I think 7 of the 10 people had that on their list.
Yeah,
Maybe the 8.
that's sad.
But remember, this is our favorite. It's not what we think is the best. So this is going to be our favorites.
But the problem is the favorite from everyone except Abe.
Oh, no.
And
Well,
also, I think, oh my god, I want to say Rocky may get some love from the cast. It's a hard list to make. When people see the bracket, they're gonna say, "Oh my god!" Like there's a matchup like
It is.
like it's probably the hardest one of all in my opinion. It's 12 Angry Men versus Chandler's List.
That is going to be a tough list. That's a tough choice. But we're going to go more into that later this week as we battle those out. And next week, the first round will be done, and we'll be into round 2. And hopefully, this will be a 5-week event. And then from there, we will have your the top films of Take 3, and you'll know which ones are our favorites. But okay, we're going to end it there. This felt very long, but it's probably very short when all is said and done for technical reasons.
Like 10 hours of filming. So.
Yeah, 10 hours filming. But I guess that's the issue when you have a first time for a podcast. So this is our inaugural podcast of Gone with the Wind. I'd like to thank you all for joining us. Malcolm, where can the good people find you?
You can find me on Take 3 Productions, where I host my show called Vankum. Whether or not this is up for next Sunday, but the next episode is going to be Simpsons characters. If it's up after that, the last episode was Simpsons characters. You can also find me on Twitter, Letterboxd, and Stardust at Malcolm.
And Abe?
You can find me on Twitter at AbrahamF25. Please don't add me on Facebook if I don't know you.
You have been warned. And you can find me on Twitter at Cine_Man. That's CINE_MANN. And you can find me here hosting Gone with the Wind, as well as appearing on various Take 3 things across the internet. But no, that has been your first episode of Gone with the Wind. Thank you guys for joining us. We will see you all next time at the awards season.